Welcome to this tutorial. In this video, we are going to take an initial look on HTML forms. And now, you might have gone to a website where you are probably told to fill in some forms, and when you fill in those forms, you hit submit, and then it will be submitted to a server. All your information will be submitted to a server. But here we're not doing server-side code. That will be for JavaScript. What we're going to do here is HTML forms. So we are doing HTML, so just keep that in mind. We'll be doing that server-side coding. That will be for JavaScript, okay? But here we are doing HTML forms. So forms are used to fill in information. Now, a form tag alone like this, make sure you copy this. A form tag alone like this doesn't do anything, okay? Now, what comes after a form? You need an input tag to create those text box, those text box where users can fill in information, okay? So to create those text box, we do this. Let me just copy and paste this, okay? And you can see we have here an input tag, and then the type. This here is just asking us for the type, and then text. This text denotes that it's a text box, okay, where we can fill in text, okay. We are going to be doing more further HTML things where we change this to text, to password, or to there are many, okay, but for now it's text here, a text box. So we are doing an input type text, okay. This is simply telling HTML that this will be a text box. So let's load this, refresh, and you can see we have our text box, okay. Now this is the text box. Now you have gone to many websites where you see things like this. You have seen things like this in many websites when we are told to fill in your information, okay. So now if you want to make that text box a little bit bigger, maybe for your user to fill many more information, you can use the size attribute. Yeah, the size attribute is just like the type here. You can size here, an equal sign, and then your double quotes. Now which size are we giving this? What size? Now you can just use 100. Let's see, 100. Refresh, and this is a little bit bigger. Let's just reduce this to 50, okay. And now let's see 50. Refresh. Yeah, now it's a little bit small at least, okay. So that is text box. This is a one-line text box, okay. Now if you want to have multiple text box here, you can just copy this. I already have it, so let me just paste it here. Copy this, and then let's copy this size here. And then let's paste it. Now let's refresh, and you refresh, you can see we have it. It's now side by side. You can see the two text box. Now if you want this on top of each other, if you want this like a drop down form, okay, you don't want them side by side, this is what you do. You give your break tag here. Make sure you use your break, okay. Remember your break tag, don't forget it. We did it in probably the first or second tutorial. Use your break tag. And now let's refresh here. Refresh, and you can see it's under the first text box. Now they are too close to each other. Let's just give another break. Refresh. Now you can see it's looking neat and clean now, okay. So that's text box for you. If you want two text box, or if you want more, you can do many of them, okay. Just copy and paste them. So that is a one-line text box for this tutorial. We'll be discussing more on forms in further tutorials, but that will be it for this tutorial. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.